Anyways, what's up, folks? And I'm using, like, again, a cheap camera that I got from Amazon years ago. This is like cheap, man. I don't care. But look at here. I want to go over a few topics here. I listen to a lot of talk radio, and I'm also using cheap microphone. Yeah, it's like cheap stuff, but I listen to a lot of talk radio, like conservative talk radio. One of the things I don't understand is the biggest issue conservative men like to talk about is like transgenderism and like, like other people's sexuality. I don't get that. Because to me, if you're a conservative man, you go by that title, you should be married into the Bible, whatever you read, drinking beer, whatever, what I'm saying, hunting, watching football. And so I'm always baffled. Like I have learned more about transgenderism from listening to conservative talk radio like Sean Hannity. Well, not so much Hannity anymore, but Clay and Buck. What's that guy? Eric Erickson. Dennis Prager. Mainly him. He's in the hospital now. But I'm like, y'all are like ultra conservative men. And all you can focus on is like a dude who wants to look like a woman, transgenderism, and I don't get that, man. Because one thing I've learned in life, people, and that is you tend to focus on that which you are tempted by. You know what I'm saying? That's how our brains are set up. We focus on that which we are tempted by. So I'm like, all these older men that are married, read the Bible, go to church, 30 times a month. Why are y'all so fixated on a dude that wants to dress up like a woman or vice versa? I don't get that. Why are they in your head? I would like to ask them. Now, me personally, I care less, man. I'm too old to get. I just don't care. When you're like me, you know what you care about is how people treat you. You could be a transgenderism, catism. You know what I'm saying? You can add as many letters to that as you want. I don't care as long as you treat me with kindness. Treat me like a human. Treat me with dignity. I don't care who you are, man. You could be a minotaur from Greece. I think that's from Greece mythology. I care less. Why should I care? Just like I said, when we, treat me with respect, I treat you with respect. Don't care what gender you are, what gender you think you are, what you want to be. All I know is when you're in front of me, act like a normal, just act decent. And I'm going to treat you decent. But anyways, that's just one of the topics I wanted to kind of go over here. But I'm just saying, of all the things in my life that bring me anxiety, that wake me up at night, transgenderism is like at the bottom of the list. I don't give a darn, man. If some dude wants to look cute, the heck do I care? I mean, what? I don't understand that obsession. Maybe because I'm me, I tend to make it, whatever. But I don't care. But anyways, let's move on. Trump gave a speech the other night in front of, Democrats or, Republicans, whatever. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was appalled the way the Democrats behaved, during that speech. They acted like little kids. They acted like some of them just outright monsters, You don't have to like Trump, but there was a lot of good stories and inspirational things that anyone with a heart should have rooted for. Like that little kid who was, sick with cancer, but yet he survived. He always wanted to be a cop, and they made him an honorary Secret Service member. Democrats, the camera would pan over to the Democrats. They're just sitting there cold-faced and cold. They look like monsters, folks. Now me, I'm independent. I don't care you right, left, don't control me. If I was in those Democrats, I'd looked at her, I said, what's wrong with you? I would have stood up, man. I'm sorry, I would have stood up and I would have started applauding. I don't give a That's just me, folks. I'm not into this group think like everyone. I've been an outsider my whole life. Why should I start caring now? You know? And had I been in that group of Democrats, I don't care. I would have stood up and started applauding that kid or that those women who's, I think they lost a sister, or the mother who lost a daughter, or the mother who got her son back from Russia. I would have stood up, man. And had any of those Democrats stood up, they would be a hero to this day. But they're all locked into that group think. That's not me, folks. So, and you know, anyways, enough of that. Just grow up, politicians. Whether you're on the right or left, grow the heck up. Start acting like adults. It's sad to think that the people we send up to Washington and making all that money, you know, and whatever, that you know, that they behave like that. Anyways, let's move on. The last and final thing, folks, is moving. You know what they say, that moving can be like, I think when you get older, it can be like the top, like one of the top 5 most stressful things you do. Because it is stressful, especially if you're alone, man. Because, I mean, it's stressful enough if you're in a relationship, but when you're alone, it's even worse. But here's some things, folks. Before you move into a new neighborhood or an apartment or a studio, whatever, check it out at night. If you really want to know how a place is, you go by there at night. And that will give you the true nature of a place. If you, like, during the day, it could look pristine. I remember when I first moved to the city areas, during the day, I'm like, man, it's a nice neighborhood. People go, oh, that's the worst neighborhood ever. But don't you move there. I'll be able to keep talking about. Look at that nice fence, that sidewalk. And then after 7 o'clock, now you understand. That's when that's when trouble wakes up and starts roaming around, the area, or whatever. But I'm just saying, if you really want the nature of a place, before you move, visit it at night. Do yourself a favor. And some of the things I like to listen for, whether it's at night or during the day, is like I don't like noise. I don't know. Train. I can't be near a train. I don't like that. That when they toot the train. I don't like that. That wakes me up. Barking dogs. You don't want to live. Because during the day, that dog might be quiet, but there are some dogs that just, I don't know, man. As soon as it gets dark, they just want to bark all night. Yeah, yappity yap. You want to get your BB gun. Let's see. Barking dogs. Train horns. What else? Airport. I don't know. You might not like. You want to make sure you're not too close to an airport. Because that could, disturb you. The sound of jets flying over. Let's see what else do I look for. If you can go inside a place at night, that's even better. If they let you, oh, hang on, man, I lost my light. I'd be like, roaches, because a lot of times during the day, all the roaches and rodents and bugs, they hide, but at night, that's when they come out. So if you can, visit a place and go inside at night, turn on that light, and if you see a bunch of bugs and roaches scurrying, no, don't move in. But sadly, normally you don't get to look at a place at night. Nobody's going to let you in. The landlord ain't going to let you in at night. But yeah, moving can be stressful as you age. When I was younger, I thought nothing of it, man. I'd just get up and put on a backpack, and when we're young, we'd just travel all around the world with a knapsack, not think nothing of it. But when you get old, you grow fond of places and stuff. So moving can be stressful. So if you're moving or whatever, and you're stressed out, hey, just natural, man. You get used to people, you get used to an environment, but sometimes moving is the best thing we can do because it, I don't know, sometimes it reinvigorates us and it puts us around different energy, different people. Sometimes we can get trapped in our own little space, and sometimes our own space can become very stagnant. So sometimes moving, even though it may feel uncomfortable at first, sometimes that's all you really need to kind of revive your life, our lives. So, and with that, folks, I'm going to wrap this up because um, just due to time constraints. But again, real quick, trans, I don't understand why conservative men are so obsessed over trans dudes or trans women or whatever. Why do you even care about someone else's sexuality? What, you want to sleep with them or something? They don't want to sleep with you. They ain't. I guarantee you transgenders don't sit at home at night. Oh my God, look at that straight dude. Look at that conservative old crusty dude there, man. Oh, I'm so afraid of him. Like that, you know what I'm saying? I just don't get that. Of all the things I'm afraid of, a transgender man or woman is the least on my list. Whatever. And Democrats, grow the heck up. Don't act so childish on TV. Grow up. And I'll attack Republicans too if they acted that way. I'd be on their butts too. But anyways, and finally, moving can be stressful, but know this, that sometimes it can be a, what do you call it? What's the word? In disguise, a blessing in disguise, man. Because sometimes you just got to go to a new environment, new challenges, and sometimes being around different people, can reinvigorate your soul and your spirit. And with that, folks, we are out. Now go get your shine box.